This is Detroit Rock City by Kiss. I'm in standard tuning, so if you tune to a guitar tuner, you should sound just like me. We're going to start this lesson with the intro of the song. I'll play it. There it is. The whole thing starts with our third finger on the 8th fret of the 6th string, and we're going to play that note. And we're going to have our first finger anchored here on the 6th fret of the 6th string. And we're just going to go back and forth. Like so. Now when the other guitar comes in, the one that sounds like this, what we're doing here is we're using our third finger on the 10th fret of the 5th string and our first finger on the 8th fret of the 5th string. And we're going back and forth. And how many times we're going to do this? We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. From there we're going to move down to the 3rd fret, making a power chord shape. And the way we make that is we use our first finger on the 3rd fret of the 6th string and our 3rd and pinky on the 5th frets of the 5th string and 4th strings respectively. And then we're going to move it up to 4th, and then 4, 6. So we have, and then it's back to this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. From there we go to the verse, which our first chord for the verse will be 8th fret. And I'll show you that in just a minute. So I'll go through this whole thing for you one more time. So there we have it. There's our intro to Detroit Rock City. Let's move on to the verse. This is the verse for Detroit Rock City by Kiss. I'll play the verse. This is all power chords, similar to the shape we learned here. Intro. If you skip the intro and you don't know how to do a power chord, go back and maybe check that out. Let's see here. So we're going to start with the 8th fret power chord, root on the 6th string. From there we go to 6th fret, root on 5th string. Bounce it over one set of strings. 6th fret, root on 6th string, and then we bounce it back up here to 8th fret. With our root on the 5th string. So our whole cycle looks like this. 8th, 6th, root on 5th string, 6th, root on 6th string, and then 8th, root on 5th strings. And we do that twice. Cool, so there's our verse. Let's move along to the chorus. This is our chorus for Detroit. Right, so this is really similar to what we saw in the intro. We're going to go 3 to 4, power chords, 4, 6, and then we have this little riff here. Now what I'm doing here, I'm going to show it to you in two sections. It starts with our third finger on the 5th fret of the, 3rd finger, 5th string, 3rd fret. And first finger is going to anchor here on 1st fret of 5th string. So we're going to go 2 of these, 3rd fret note, pull to 1st fret, and then bring our 3rd finger over here to 3rd fret, 6th string. And then 1 here. 1st fret, 5th string, followed by 3rd fret, 5th string. So that whole sequence looks like this. From there, here's our next section that's going to go. Which is 3rd finger, 3rd fret of 6th string, to 1st finger, 1st fret of 5th string, hammer to 3rd fret, 5th string, move 1st finger over here to 1st fret of 4th string. So So when we put it all together, what we have so far, we get this. Now our last section is going to look like this. We're going to use third finger to roll between the 5th and 6th strings, 3rd fret. From there we have 1st fret, 5th string, hammer to 3rd, 1st finger, 4th string, and then back to 3rd, 5th string. So we have this: 3rd, 3rd, 1st, hammer 3rd, 1st, 3rd, 3rd, 1st, hammer to 3rd, 1st, 3rd. Now when we put all 3 parts together, here's what we get. From there we're going to go 3, 4 again, then 4, 6, and then back to the verse, 8th fret. So there we go, there's our chorus. Let's move along to the next part of the song. This is the second chorus in Detroit Rock City. You're going to find it similar to the first chorus in the beginning, but it extends to a different part of the riff. We'll move this riff here up to the 5th fret at some point. So I'll play it along with the music. It starts just like the first chorus: 3, 4, 4, 6, and then we have just like the first chorus. Now, after that part right there, here's our second cycle where it gets a little different. We're going to repeat the first half of that riff. Just that much. And then we're going to move it up to 5th, 5, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. Same finger pattern, moved up 1 fret, or 2 frets rather. So our index is on the 3rd, and our 3rd finger is going to hit all the notes on the 5th fret. And slowly that's going to go 5, 5, 3, 5, 6 string, 3, 5, 5th string, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. And this again. And that last little tag is 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. So that whole section there before we move back down is this: 5, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 5, 3, 3, 5, 5. And then our last tag looks like this, which is down to 1, hammer to 3, 1, 3. So we're coming out of this right there. We're coming out of the last section of the 5, 3, 5 string. 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. Slide down. 1, 3. So let's say when we put this whole thing together, here's what it's going to look like so you can see the whole thing. I'm starting from the very beginning of the chorus where the riff starts. So it's going to look like this. From there, we're going to go back into this thing. wraps up the second chorus. Let's move along now and hit some of these guitar solos. Okay, Detroit Rock City features a double guitar solo. What I'm going to do is play along with the first guitar. We're going to work on that guitar first so you can get a good look at it. It's kind of lengthy. It's got a lot of sections, so it's going to take us a little bit to get through it. But it'll be worth it. Okay, so there we have it. This whole thing starts with an open third string, followed by third fret, third string, and then we're going to roll it over to third fret, second string. And wrap it up with first finger, first fret, second string. So our first phrase. From there we have this, which is third finger, fourth fret of second string. Slide down to third fret, second string, first fret, second string. So we have 4, 3, 1. With a slide here, we're only going to pick one note. And then pick this one. And wrap it up with third fret of third string. Then we're going to pick that note again. 3, 4, 3. So our next phrase. Then we're going to go 3, 1. Pull. Open. 1. So we have. When we put all that together, it looks like this. Then we have, which is first finger, second string, first fret, third finger, third fret, third string, first finger, first fret, third string. You notice I'm barring these two. So I don't need to move my first finger back and forth, I just bar them. And we wrap it up with an open third string. So that whole section is going to go 4, 3, 1, 4, 3, 1, 4, 3, 1, 3, 3, 4, 3, 1, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, open. And then it happens again, we repeat it. And this time we wrap it up with this. So that's going to be our second ending. Open, slide to fourth fret, third string, and then first fret, second string. So when you're coming out of that second ending, it's going to look like this. Now here comes our second half. The drums kind of come in here quickly, and we're going to go. Which is first fret, second string, pluck 7 times quickly, followed by open, followed by another first. So we have. And then we're going to use this riff again. And then here, after that, here's where the second section really begins. It's going to go. So what I just did there was 3, slide to 4, slide back to 3, 1, 3, 3, 1. 3, 4, 3, 1, 3 third string, 3 second string, 1. And then after that we have this rhythmically, it looks like this, which is 4, 3, 3, 1, 3, 1. So when I put all that together, I think the rhythm will flow a little more better for you. It's kind of a stringy little lick to hear piece by piece, so I'll put it all together for you, starting on this part. One more time. From there we have which is 3rd fret, 1st string, hammer from 1st to 3rd, pull, then 4th fret, 2nd string, and then 3-1, 2nd string. So that little phrase. From there we have same riff we've been using, 4-3-1, 4-3-1-3. We see that theme a lot in the song. Then we have 3-4-3-1-3-3 open. 3-4-3-1-3. And that note sounds a little low, that open note, but trust me, it's right. Over with the second guitar, he's playing this note with that kind of phrase begs to resolve to. So here with the last phrase, 3-4-3-1-3-3 open. So let's take it from this. So that's the 3. So that would be the second half of our second phrase. And I know this lick is really stringy and just kind of moves along randomly. It has a couple parts that are repeated over and over, like the 4-3-1-3 and also the 3-3-1 thing. So it can get kind of confusing trying to pick it all out when you go over it note for note. So what I'm going to do is play it along, not play it along, but play the whole thing together for you once, taking it from the part where the drums do that little fill, so that you can hear the whole thing and see how it all looks together. So we're going to take it from this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it goes. So there's the whole thing. One more time. So there's the whole thing put together from the second phrase. One final thing I'll do for you here is I'm going to play the entire solo for you from top to bottom so you can see how it's all put together, the first half and the second half, all the different phrases. So here we go. We're going to put it together. So there we have it, the whole solo with guitar 1. Let's move along to guitar 2 in the solo. Okay, this is the second guitar in the guitar solo, the harmony guitar. And it all starts here, which is 3rd fret, 3rd string, 3rd finger. Roll it over to the 2nd string, 3rd fret, then 1st finger, 1st fret, 1st string, and then pinky, 4th fret, 2nd string. Next we have, which is 1st string 3-1, 4th fret 2nd string, same thing again, and then 3rd fret we wrap it up with. on second string, using third finger, first finger, pinky, third finger, first finger, pinky, third finger. So far we have this. After that, we have, which is 1, 3, 1, first string, 3, second string, 1, open, 1. And by the way, they kind of sort of sound like slides in the recording, but that's the first guitar. The first guitar does slides, and the second guitar does pick notes. So it adds kind of a unique sound to it, one being picked and one being slides. I just thought I'd throw that in there and let you know how that contributes to the overall sound of it. But anyway, our next phrase is this. We had 1. And we wrap it up with, which is open, slide to 3 in this case, and then 1, all on the second string. So if we play that whole first phrase from beginning to end, it's going to look like this. For you. From there we have similar to the first guitar when the drums come in, which is first fret 7 times and then 3, 4, same phrase again. Same as we saw before. Ending wraps up a little different here. It goes 4, 3, 1, 4. And that's second string 4, 3, 1, first string 4. So I'll take that phrase again so you can see what it looks like from the beginning to end. So it's really similar to the first phrase. We have this. All the same from there. Different here. And then here we have our thing where the phrase extends. Here's the second half, which is 3, 1, twice, 4, 3, 4. Slide up here to 8th. And what I did there was 8, third finger, 6, first finger, hammer back to 8th, pull to 6. 8, second string, 6, second string, 8, third string. So if we take that phrase, 8, 6, 8, 6, 8, 6, 8. Then we wrap it up here with 3, 1, 4, 3, 1, 4. Same thing again. 1, 3, 1, and then we're going to change it a little bit here. It goes 4, 3, 3, 1. For our very last 4 notes. So I'll take that whole phrase from the for you so you can see how it all flows together. Okay, so there it is in 3 pieces and smaller sub pieces of that. You notice we have this figure repeated a lot, and also this one. So that makes it a little bit confusing to explain note by note. But what I can do is play the whole thing through for you now so that you can see what it looks like when we connect all the licks. Here's what it's going to look like. So there it is, top to bottom, guitar 2, the solo to Detroit Rock City. Let's move along. The end's a little bit different. Let's move along and work on the end now. Okay, this is the background guitar at the very end of Detroit Rock City. It's kind of hard to hear. It's really low in the mix, but I thought I'd cover it just for the sake of accuracy so we can get every single part of the instrumentation in on this lesson. The way this thing wraps up is we're going to go 3, 1, 4, first string, 4, second string, do it twice. Then we have a little bit of a different feel than we did during the the solos rather. We're going to end it on this note here, the 3rd fret of the first string. So we have. After that we have 1, 3, 1, 4, second string. So we have first string 1, 3, 1, 4, second string, 3rd second string, roll over here to 3rd string, and wrap it up with first on second string. Second part of that. So when we put the whole thing together, we get this. One more time. So there's that little ending, the background guitar. Now the rhythm guitar there ends on the 8th fret. That's the last note, so it's just as if we were going from the chorus back to the verse chords like we did when we learned all the other parts of the song earlier. So there we go. That concludes our lesson on Detroit Rock City. We've hit all the parts. Now I'm just going to play along with the whole thing for you so that you can get a feel for how all the parts fit together.